Dear students, how are you? Today I am going to discuss with you an important topics from chapter 2 Organic Chemistry of second paper. Today I am discussing with you about alkene. You know, alkene means organic compound in which carbon-carbon double bond is present, known as alkene. So from this alkene I discuss with you some important topics. Carbon-carbon double bond means here one sigma bond and one pi bond is present. For the presence of these pi electrons, alkene participate in addition reaction. In addition reaction, alkene can produce different type of compounds. The addition reaction is of two types. One is electrophilic addition, another one is nucleophilic addition. First of all, I discuss with you about a nucleophilic addition reaction of alkene. This nucleophilic addition reaction is described as Markovnikov rules. Let's start the class. So students, first of all, what is Markovnikov rule? Markovnikov rule means when an unsaturated unsymmetrical compound reacts with another unsymmetrical reagent, then the negative part of the reagent will join with that double bonded compound which bear less number of hydrogen, and positive part will join with that double bonded carbon which bear maximum number of hydrogen. So I repeat again, when an unsaturated unsymmetrical compound reacts with another unsymmetrical reagent, the negative part of the reagent will join with that double bonded carbon which bear less number of hydrogen, and positive part will join with that double bonded carbon which bear maximum number of hydrogen. This is Markovnikov rule. To discuss this rule, first of all you must clear about two words. One is unsaturated, second one is unsymmetrical. Unsaturated means compound in which double or triple bond are present, known as unsaturated compound. And unsymmetrical means when two double bonded carbon does not bear same number of hydrogen, then it is known as unsymmetrical compound. I repeat again, unsymmetrical means when two double bonded carbon cannot bear same number of hydrogen, then it is known as unsymmetrical compound. So unsaturated means double or triple bond is present, and unsymmetrical means when two double bonded or triple bonded carbon are not bear same number of hydrogen, then they are unsymmetrical compound. So I discuss this rule by taking an example. I have taken a compound, it is CH3CH double bond CH2. CH3CH double bond CH2. Here students, you have seen that here one double bond is present, so it is unsaturated compound. And two double bonded carbon does not bear same number of hydrogen, so it is unsymmetrical compound. When it reacts with another unsymmetrical reagent, that means HBr, in this sense it is unsymmetrical because the size of cation and anion is totally different. That's why it is unsymmetrical. Now that the negative part of the reagent will join with that double bonded carbon which bear less number of hydrogen, and positive part of the reagent will join with that double bonded carbon which bear maximum number of hydrogen. So the product will be CH3CHBr CH3 and CH3CH2CH2Br, which does not follow Markovnikov rule. So this is the product from the reaction. So students, this is 2-bromopropane, 2-bromopropane, and this is 1-bromopropane. These two products are formed by this reaction. It will be 80% and it will be 20%. This is the product which is formed by this reaction. This is propene, this is propene 1. When it reacts with HBr, then it produces 2-bromopropane, it is 80%, and 1-bromopropane, it is 20%. So this is Markovnikov rule. This reaction takes place by nucleophilic addition method. So students, I will show you the nucleophilic addition method of this reaction. Students, actually here three-step reaction takes place. First step, step 1. So students, it is a three-step reaction. In first step, from HBr, H plus and Br minus are formed. Now in second step, step 2. Step 2, in this step, hydrogen ion attacks the double bond, that means the pi electrons. So CH3, CH, double bond CH2 plus H plus. Hydrogen ion attacks the pi electron and form, just look at here, and form carbocation and form secondary carbocation. Now this bromide ion attacks this carbocation, that means positively centered carbon, and form product. So step 3, bromide ion attacks this positively centered carbon and form product. This is the mechanism of Markovnikov reaction. But students, you have seen that I have also told that when Markovnikov reaction is take place, then another product is formed, which is 20%, that is 1-bromopropane. So in that case, when 1-bromopropane is formed, then anti-Markovnikov rule will take place there. What is anti-Markovnikov rule? This anti-Markovnikov rule, another name of this anti-Markovnikov rule is peroxide effect or Kharas effect. According to anti-Markovnikov rule, in presence of peroxide, when an unsaturated unsymmetrical compound reacts with another unsymmetrical reagent, then negative part of the reagent will join with that double bonded carbon which bear maximum number of hydrogen, and positive part of that double bonded of that reagent will join with that double bonded carbon which bear less number of hydrogen. So this is anti-Markovnikov rule. As this rule takes place in presence of peroxide, so another name of this rule is peroxide effect. Actually, in anti-Markovnikov rule, the reaction is take place in free radical mechanism. In that case, bromine free radical is formed. That bromine free radical attacks the propene and form the product. So let's start the anti-Markovnikov rule mechanism. In anti-Markovnikov rule mechanism, in first step, from peroxide free radical will form. So the reaction is like that. From peroxide free radical is formed. Now this peroxide free radical attacks HBr. So it is reacts with HBr and form bromine free radical This bromine free radical attacks the propene. So in step 3, bromine free radical attacks propene and form secondary free radical. So the product will be like this: CH3 CH CH2Br. This secondary free radical. Then this secondary free radical is attacked by HBr again. So this secondary free radical is attacked by HBr again and form the product 1-bromopropane. Here hydrogen is received by this CH. So the product is CH3 CH2Br plus bromine free radical. This bromine free radical again take part in third step. So this is the mechanism of anti-Markovnikov rule. So according to anti-Markovnikov rule, in first of all, from peroxide free radical is formed. Then peroxide free radical reacts with HBr and form bromine free radical. Then bromine free radical attacks propene and forms secondary free radical, which reacts with HBr and form bromine free radical, which joined with step 3. So this is the way of anti-Markovnikov rule. So students, I think all of you are clear now about Markovnikov and anti-Markovnikov rule. Now let's start the ozonolysis reaction of alkene. In ozonolysis reaction, alkene reacts with ozone and form an intermediate product. After that, it reacts with zinc in presence of water and form the main product. So in ozonolysis reaction, ozone participate with the reaction of alkene, and this reaction take place on the double bond of alkene. Okay, students. So let's start our ozonolysis reaction. So students, when ozonolysis reaction is take place in alkene, suppose I have taken here propene. When it reacts with ozone, then this ozone attack the double bond. So it is attacked the pi electron of double bond and form an intermediate product, that is CH3, CH. This one is the product, intermediate product. After that, in presence of zinc, it is hydrolyzed and form product. This time the bond will be broken in this way. So when this bond is broken in this way, then you have seen that in one side of bond there is CH3CHO. So one product is CH3CHO, that means ethanol, and it is propene. So ethanol, and in another side you have seen that another product is present, that is CH2O. So it is HCHO, it is methanol, and this oxygen joined with zinc and forms zinc oxide. So this is the ozonolysis reaction of alkene. But students, if I change the alkene, then the ozonolysis reaction, by ozonolysis reaction we can create aldehyde and ketone, because students, we have seen that here these two products are aldehyde. So by ozonolysis reaction, from alkene we get aldehyde. But if we change the alkene, then we get aldehyde and ketone at the same time. So let's discuss ozonolysis by taking another alkene. Just look at here, I have taken another alkene. I have taken here another alkene. It is another alkene, which is 2-methylpropene. So it is 2-methylpropene. When it reacts with ozone, then you know the reaction takes place in the double bond. That means this reaction will take place here. So the product will be CH3C, CH3, intermediate product here is created, oxygen, then CH2, oxygen, then this one. Then after some time this bond will be broken. So this bond will be broken and we get product. So what you have seen in one side of bond, you have seen that CH3CO, CH3. So it is CH3, it is CH3, CO, CH3, it is ketone. And in another side there is CH2O, that means HCHO. So it is propanone. And another one is methanol. This one happened in presence of zinc and water. So another one is zinc oxide. So students, you have seen that when I change the alkene and I have taken a branched alkene, then by the ozonolysis of alkene we can produce aldehyde and ketone at the same time. So this is the basic characteristics of ozonolysis, that by ozonolysis reaction we can get aldehyde from alkene if there is no branch, but if there is one branch is present beside the double bond, then we get aldehyde and ketone at the same time. Okay students, so I think all of you are clear about this ozonolysis reaction. Let's start the unsaturation test of alkene, because how could we prove that the alkene is unsaturated, or in which measurement we said that the double bonded compound is unsaturated compound. So to prove that, there is two tests present for this unsaturation test. One is bromine test, another one is Bayer test. So let's start that unsaturation test. As here this propene solution turned to colorless, as here this one is also turned to colorless, that means propene is an unsaturated compound. Okay students, so no more today. I think all of you are clear about the topics which I have discussed here. Practice these topics more and more in home, and remain safe in your home. Goodbye.